guys, welcome back to my channel. So today, oh, I'm so excited. I am so excited. So if you guys, I like want to squeal, but I'm like, oh, contain yourself. So that was like my little thing. Anyway, so if you've been following me on Instagram, well, I guess if you read the title of the video, you know what I'm going to be showing. But anyway, if you follow my Instagram, which you should if you're not, so go over there and check it out and see me. So anyway, you know that I am so excited because I got the new Natasha Denona I Need a Nude palette. So let's see. That was just the box because I wanted to save you, spare you the anticipation of me trying to open that box because you guys know how I do with boxes. So anyway, I'm super excited about it. So it came out as like a reveal or whatever, and I was like, another nude palette. That was like my initial thought because she's like, oh, it's my most anticipated like release of the year or this, that, and the other, and I'm like, oh, another neutral palette. So I saw the sneak peek thing. It's like, what do you think it is? And then she showed like a bit of the back, so obviously we all knew it was a palette, but then she had like her I Need a Nude collection behind her, so that's why everybody's like, oh, it's a nude palette, right? So I was like, eh. And then I follow her on Instagram, and she did the swatches. Let me show you. She did these swatches. Ah, not the lights. This is what got me. Let's see. So she's got this whole little thing here. Look at those. That's what drew me into this palette. I was like, oh my gosh, I need that. So I went back and I'm watching it, and it doesn't tell me what two colors she swatched. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, are they the wet effect ones? Because the one on the right looks like really dark. It looks bronzy. So I'm like going through the thing and I'm like, how do you not say which two you just swatched? It's just like, oh, hey, here's the swatches. Go look. Like, I do not see anything there. So anyway, I wanted to do like the whole like, oh, do these look the same? But anyway, those swatches came up and I was like, oh my gosh, I need this palette. So I got it. Here it is. Look how pretty. I mean, if you're a neutral palette like lover of these types of palettes, you're probably gonna love this. You're probably gonna want it. I listened to her thing and she described it as like a cool tone neutral. I mean, yeah, I can see where these are cooler. No, yeah, more cooler because they have more of like the grayish cooler tones. So a lot of people were like, oh, this is kind of like her glam palette. Well, you know what? Lucky you. Lucky you. I have the glam palette. So this is a comparison. Glam palette on top. Why are my lights being all funky? Hold on a second. Hold on. Stop. So the glam palette is on top, and the new I Need a Nude is on bottom. And no, they are not. I mean, they have similar, but there's a lot of differences there. So it is not like that. And then people are like, oh, well, her Biba palette. No, not at all, because I have that one too. And here it is. So the Biba, okay, I need to slow down. Slow down. So the Biba palette is on the bottom. That does not look like that. Biba, I need a nude. Biba, I need a nude. So no, they are not the same. So I'm not in any way trying to persuade you. I can't put my babies over there. I need to keep them safe. Hold on. I cannot just be putting my Natasha Denona palettes over here all willy-nilly because my cat is a jerk. Yeah, I'm talking about you. And he'll just come like smacking things. So I didn't want him to like, by chance, smack those and make them fall off of there and break. He's turd. So anyway, I'm not trying to persuade you. I'm just trying to show you the difference. If you were thinking, oh, it's like the glam palette, or oh, it's like the Biba palette, like people are saying, they're not. They're not at all similar. But I do want to go in here. So I'm pretty sure I have the colors up here. So this is your 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 colors. It's her midi palette, you know, the smaller, not those huge ones. So it's $69. She has a sale on her website, so I think there was a percentage off. You can get it on Sephora, I think. I think it's all still available. It's going to be on Sephora. There's also going to be an Ulta, so you could use your points and coupons towards that. So shop around, people. Shop around. Let's be, you know, be smart, right? I think, so Delilah is a spark. These are the ones that I really want to see, because if you've been watching my videos, you know how I keep saying like, oh, I wanted something that looked like wet on the eye. These, she has 2 colors, Sparkling Wet Effect Silver Brown, which is Delilah. Sparkling Wet Effect Brown, supposedly. To me, it does not look brown in the pan. It looks more of like a pinkish, I mean, maybe you could say taupe. I think it has like a little bit of this stone color in it, but anyway. Oh, she does. Let's try that again. Sparkling Wet Effect Silver Brown. So yeah, I could see that. And then she has the Sparkling Wet Effect Icy Pink. So Mia. So this one over here, and this one over here, the wet effect. So I am going to dig my finger right up in this palette, and we are going to swatch them. So there's those. They're supposed to look, let me zoom in. Those are supposed to have like the wet effect to them. They are sparkly, like on my arm. I don't, you know, listen. Natasha Denona makes these, so she's probably got a gazillion palettes that she could dig her fingers in and just be swiping like everywhere. I need to preserve my palette, so I feel like I am not digging all up in this color. Let me do more of this pink. You know, like I don't think that's as crazy, but I don't think those are the colors she swatched. I don't know. They look wet. I don't see. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Those don't look like what she did. I really want to try this Muse color. This is a sparkling foiled champagne. Can you see how like textured that looks in the pan though? I haven't done anything. I haven't touched it, and I'm like, why does it look kind of raised up like that? So, I mean, there it is on my finger. Let's see. Oh, that's pretty. And why am I on my arm? I think because she was. So I'm like, oh, let's do it on my arm. You can do it on the back of my hand. Ah! Ooh, look how pretty that is. So there's that when the light catches it. So anyway, that is just to show you guys a couple. Let me put Mia. So there's Mia. That's supposed to be that wet effect. And then Delilah, wet effect down here. They are super pretty. So anyway, here's the thing. Shadows can swatch a certain way on your hand. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to look like that on your eye. So that's really what I want to see. And I hope I am not disappointed. So if you are interested to see how these do, then just keep watching, because I'm going to zoom in. We're just going to get right into it. So I'm going to pick up my Morphe E13 brush, and I'm going to go into Mesh, which is a matte light dusty rose. And that's down here. I'm going to pick that up. And you do get a mirror. It does. Like, I initially would not, like, I watched her swatches, and, you know, you look at some of these, I mean, not you, but I look at some of these, and I was like, oh, that's not going to be rose. Like, I wouldn't say that. Oh, it definitely is going on like rose, But like in the pan, initially I don't get like a dusty rose from that. Have you guys listened to Ed Sheeran's new album, Subtract? So I took my kids, well, the two younger ones, myself, and my husband went to the Ed Sheeran concert. We went and saw Ed Sheeran in concert, and Khalid was supposed to open, and he had gotten into a car accident and had to cancel, so Ed Sheeran had to be like the opening act for like himself, which was really interesting. But he sang for like 3 hours, but he did like the whole opening act of his new the new album Subtract. So he played all those songs that he wasn't initially going to play during the regular set that he had planned. He has a song called Dusty. So, you know, I have like this word association thing where if I hear a word and it reminds me of something else, and I'm like, oh yeah, and I think of that, and I have like, it's just the way my brain works. So anyway, it just made me think of that. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to jump the gun. I really just want to go in with Mia. I'm going to take that. I'm going to pick that up on this AOA Studio E122 brush. And let's pick that up on a brush and see how it does. So anyway, that prior color being Dusty, made me think of his song Dusty. But he was so good in concert. We had such a good time. But I feel like I was there so long and like it went so fast, I feel like, if that makes sense, that I don't even feel like I was at the concert. Isn't that weird? Oh, look how pretty that is. Okay, so it is going on nicely. I'm getting coverage with that, with the brush, but I really want to put it on with my finger. Like, does it look like the wet effect? I don't know. I don't know that necessarily. Put them on the inner corner. So there it is, just putting it on. I'm not going to deny that it's pretty, but I don't feel like it's like, oh my gosh, like those swatches. So hold on. I'm going to pick some up on a brush. And again, it's not, I love Natasha Denona. I love her things. I love her stuff. But I'm like, come on, if this is what you say it is, let's see it. So let's see if this makes a little bit of a difference getting it wet. See if it intensifies it. I don't beef it up. I don't want you guys thinking you need it if you really don't need it, you know? I'm going to use it. We're not denying that. Not saying anything of the sort. That is pretty. That is definitely like something I would do like for my regular work makeup. And I'll probably do it tomorrow. Not at the doo-doo job. I don't know. Maybe to feel better about myself at the doo-doo job, I would. It is pretty. Is it? I don't know. I don't know if it was hyped up so much and then I'm using it and I'm like, like I don't want you guys thinking like, oh my gosh, you know what I mean? Like, it's pretty. Do I have something similar? Do I have something that's like this, like lighter baby pinkish-ish? I don't know. Let's see. Tender is a matte medium taupe. Fair is a misty rose. So let's go in with a matte medium warm dusty rose vague. So the mesh color was a light dusty rose. And this one is a medium. So I'm going to pick that up on this Blend Bunny brush. Tap it off. And I'm going to go out here. Bring it in. I'm actually going to bring that down under the eye. And then I'm going to pick up that prior brush and just soften the edge. There is fuzz in my hair. So there it is. I mean, it's definitely what it says it is. Light, dusty rose. It's very soft. It's very, you know, would I say very feminine, very soft, very light. But like pretty? It is. But do I feel like this color is like, oh my gosh. I lied. This is the sparkling wet effect. I lied. Sparkling wet effect. Sheen is the glossy wet effect. Did I lie? Let me see here. This is Sheen. So this is supposed to be like a glossy wet effect. And then Mia is the sparkling wet effect. Okay, so it's supposed to look like a sparkly wet. Would I classify that as sparkly wet? I don't know. I don't know. I don't see where glossy wet effect. So Sheen is the only one that is a glossy, it's supposed to be like this glossy wet look. So I'm going to have to use that one on my other eye. But like, I don't know. What do you guys think? I kind of want your opinion. Because to me, it just looks like a, you know, sparkly, wet effect, icy pink. Is that what that looks like to you guys? I mean, it's sparkly. What's it look like when I close? I don't know. I'm going to leave that eye like that. Let's hop over to the other side. Because I'm making a to-do out of this. I really want to go in with this stone color. So I'm going to go in with stone. Which is a matte, light, medium, warm taupe. Matte, light, medium, warm taupe. You know, I pay for all this stuff. I'm not all about, like, making it out to be something it isn't. And, like, overhyping some makeup. Like, that's not it for me. You know, I was a sucker. I'm like, oh, I need it because look at her swatches. You know, again, how much did she really get on there to do them long ass swatches? Because I'm not digging in my makeup like that to go down my whole forearm and be like, ugh, use half the dang pan. But she can. You know, she made it. She can afford it. You know, I don't know. But, like, that irritates me. Like, don't make it out like it's something that's not. If you have to use that much product to make it look that good, you shouldn't be, like, putting that out there the rest of the world that, like, oh, you know, do you get what I'm saying? Like, oh, I have a problem with that. And that is partly why, you know, I enjoy doing this so much because I'm like, you know, I'm all about, like, honesty to a fault. To be like, I don't really think that's what you think it might be. You know, I don't know. I really need to clean my brushes. So now I'm going to go in with this Morphe M421 brush. What was that? And now I need to go in with Sheen. Because this is glossy wet effect. Let's see. Okay. Which, that's fine. That is fine. I really honestly wasn't expecting much with my finger. Or with my brush. I would expect more with my finger. Okay. So, does it look glossy? It kind of does. It does look glossy, and I wonder if being outside, not under these lights, but as I look up closer, you could see little tiny, like, sparkles in there. But obviously, it's dry, but it does look glossy and wet. Can you see that? All right, that does look it. Again, you know, and I might have, you know, going into this one, I did wet it. So I don't necessarily know if that changed anything. But you know what we're gonna do? You see it now with just, you know, my finger. I'm gonna get it wet and I'm gonna put it on a brush, which might be a total no-no. This might be like poor application, but let's see. Let's see if getting it on the brush and getting it wet changes. Because some people do not like to use their finger. It doesn't. It didn't change it at all getting it wet and using the brush. Alright, now I'm going to go in with... what do I want to go in with? I want to use this AOA Studio E128 brush. And I am going to pick up Tender, which is the medium, matte medium taupe. So the stone was the light medium warm taupe. Now I'm going to go in with Tender, tap that off, apply it out here. And these mattes are applying nicely. They don't look patchy. They are light, but again, that's what this palette is a light nude palette. I'm going to bring that down. That, and I'm going to go back in with that first brush. Soften this edge. That. I want to put a little bit more of this sheen on. I want to come out a little bit more. Put on the inner corner. They are. Oh, I hope I wasn't up in front of that. So that's it. So there's that. You can see. So that's that eye. Sparkling wet. Glossy wet. What do you guys think? What do you think? Are they what they say they are? I don't know, I can't see. I can't see with my eyes closed. So like, ew, do they look like? Alright, so I'm gonna back out. I'm gonna zoom out. And I'm gonna hop off. I'm gonna put some mascara on, some lashes, and some lipstick, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I went out because I was like, oh, I'm gonna go do my stuff. So I went out and I asked my husband, I was like, come here. And I like got up in his face and I was like, what does that look like? And then what does that look like? And he was like, very soft, subtle, you know, look. And I'm like, yeah. And I was like, does this look sparkly wet effect? And he was like, no. And I was like, does this look glossy wet effect? And he was like, no. And I was like, ugh. So then I showed him the swatches and he's like, maybe it's like paint. And it's so funny. He's like, maybe it's like paint. You need multiple coats. And I was like, well, yeah. So I showed him the thing and he's like, well, that's her product. And he's like, and for her to get it like that, he's like, I'm assuming she's like swirling around in that thing, like scooping it up and lathering it on. And I was like, that's what I said. But it shouldn't take that much to get that look, you know, on your eyes. And I know I should have used Delilah because it's the darker color. But I'm going to go in. I feel like I've used so much of Mia down here, like digging into it, but here's Mia. So I'm going to go in and put some more on to make it look a little more intense. I mean, on her swatches, it's not super intense, but let's see. Came down a little too far on that one. And I'm going to take Sheen. And I did, again, I'm using the lighter colors. This Sheen is the glossy. The glossy wet effect. I mean, it doesn't look any different to me. I should have used, I know Delilah was the one. Here's Delilah. Hey there, Delilah. Come on. You know, that's one of them. Again, that's one of the sparkly. Yeah, sparkling wet effect silver brown. So there's those colors. I'm gonna hop off. I'm gonna do probably just some mascara and I'll be right back. Okay, so here is the finished look. I literally did not do much of anything. I went off and I put on the LA Girl Shockwave Metallic Eyeliner in Lullaby. They put like white writing on here, so it's like so hard to see. So I just put that on, and then I guess I was feeling bougie, so I used my Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat Liner in Iconic Nude, and then I used my one and only Natasha Denona I Need a Nude lipstick in 32 NP Susana. So I use that on my lips. So here is the finished look. I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to go ahead and turn side to side. Obviously, I have two large lights right here. So, you know, you're getting that view under lights. But I also went outside, excuse me, I also went outside and stood out front because the sun is going down. So I'm going to insert a video of what my eyes look like outside with the sunlight on them. So go ahead and enjoy that. So honestly, I love Natasha Denona. So I do. Is this a nice neutral palette? It is a nice neutral palette. Is it the most anticipated, most amazing thing, groundbreaking, you know, whatever palette? I hate to say it. I hate to say it because it makes me sad because I was really excited about this, but no, I don't think so. Oh, don't shoot me. Is it pretty? Yes, it's pretty. Do you need it? Probably not. You probably don't need this. Not for $69, $70. If you can get it on sale and you want to treat yourself and get it on sale, that's fine. But again, you know, half the time when I'm wearing makeup, it's at work and I'm indoors. I'm indoors a lot of the time. I mean, I go outside, but when I'm doing my makeup, it's because I'm going to an indoor activity such as work. You know what I mean? So it's not getting that effect. It's not, I mean, again, I'm under really bright, like, studio lights, and I'm not getting the same intensity as I got, like, outside. Don't get me wrong, it looks beautiful outside, so I'm sure when I'm outside riding around in my car and the sun shining in just right, it's gonna look all, like, everything. But I want that now. I want that now under these lights right here. I mean, if you pick up something, so here's the thing. What I'm seeing on the camera, what I'm seeing on the viewfinder, is not what I see in the video watching it from outside. Maybe when I watch this video back and edit, it might be a little bit different. I'm doubting it. It's very pretty. It's very subtle. But I feel like if you have other nude or neutral palettes with like pale icy pink or, you know, a nude champagne color, you could probably achieve something similar. I mean, you know, I've been saying all along, I really want, you know, a shadow that looks glossy and wet. And I can kind of see where she's coming from this color, because it is a nice nude color. It looks like my eyelid, and then when I turn a little bit, you can see like a little bit of like a sheer glossy effect, but it's sheer. I want something that's like bam in your face, you know what I mean? Like I want everybody to be like, oh my gosh, like what do you have on your eyes? It's so pretty. I feel like I have to clarify everything I'm saying. The look is pretty. It's very subtle, it's very light, it's very feminine, it's very, you know, whatever. It's very just, again, soft, subtle, all those words, right? But is it $70 worth? Is it groundbreaking? Is it earth-shattering? I'm sorry, it's not. It's really not. So I'm sorry, shoot me. This is an honest review. That's just how I feel about it. Am I going to wear this like a lot? Probably. But I feel like I get the same effect from this as I do from using this palette from Moira. I feel like it is very similar to the color in here in the payoff that I get from it, or also even this, you know, AOA Studio, you know, color. You see what I mean? Like, you get that very sheer. This is In Betrothed from AOA. This is one of their Venetian romance colors. And then this Love Stories color from Moira. You see how it's a very soft, subtle color right here, but it's got like that sheer, soft, shimmery effect. I get that from this palette, you know, and this palette, I think I paid like $19, $20 from Moira. I think it was on sale, and this is the A Moment With You palette. So when you're pulling something out and you're like, oh my gosh, this is the earth-shattering, like, best palette ever, and I'm like, is it though? So, I don't know. I'm sorry. Don't shoot me. Again, if I feel different about it, but... Ooh. There's an eyelash. Hold on. Let me make a wish. Okay. So, anyway, again, for $70, I'm trying to, like, really look at it this much. I don't think so. So, again, I love Natasha Denona. I was excited about it. It's okay. Again, it's pretty. It's a nice soft neutral if that's what you're looking for. Then by all means, try to get it on sale. But I'm not going to keep going on and on about this because I feel like I've said my piece and I'm not going to change my mind. It is delightful. It is what it is. But I don't know what they're doing in these swatches and how much they're really digging in there. I'm not really sure, like, what is going on. But let me see. And I stuck that sheen color right in the middle of those two, just so you could get an idea. You see what I mean? So sheen from the Natasha Denona is right in the middle. And then this is the AOA Studio. And then this is the Moira. So I'll leave you guys with that. Okay? Alright. So as always, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. I finally hit 500 subscribers. Please, if you haven't subscribed and you're watching this, please subscribe. It helps me do more of these. And, you know, eventually it'll help me pay, you know, towards some of the money I spend because I buy everything myself. So, anyway, I hope you appreciate this honest review. Again, I'm not talking crap or anything else. I'm just putting this information out there for you guys to see because I know a lot of us get deceived by these swatches and things that are posted online. And, you know, that's the internet. You can't always believe everything you see, but I hope this video helps you decide whether you want to save some money or whether you were like, no, that's it for me. If that's it for you, that's fine. Go ahead, buy it. Try to save some money. Get a deal. Use a coupon. Whatever. I'm all about trying to save some money. So anyway, I appreciate you guys. Please subscribe, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day or evening or whatever you're watching this.